Michigan, we have Minnesota 8-4 last year, 5-4 in conference play, won the Pinstripe Bowl versus Syracuse. They lost Mohammed Ibrahim, who was some considered like the third back. Big Ten had a lot of great backs last year. Again, Blake Corum, Chase Brown, Mohammed Ibrahim, Nick Singleton. Even though he was a freshman, he still balled. Wisconsin had a running back I'll get into later. Mohammed Ibrahim is a lot of their production. However, he is now lost to the NFL. Sean Tyler transferred from Western Michigan. They also get a receiver from Western Michigan, Corey Crooms. Lost Tanner Morgan to the NFL, which some might say that's not a big loss. Who cares? Some might say that's a loss. PJ Fleck has a little drama around the program. Some people saying that you can build Fleck points where if you fail a drug test, you get caught doing something. If you have enough Fleck points, Fleck coins, whatever, you can get your way up out of it. They say it's like a cult-like environment. True, false, got to be proven. That's not for me to judge. It's for the people that's doing the investigation to find out. I hope not, because I actually like PJ Fleck, and I just like to give people. I like to have faith in humanity, so I don't like to judge people. I know it's supposed to be proven innocent until proven guilty, so that's how I like to look at it. All right, they were 9th in total defense, 16th in rushing offense, 116th in passing offense. That's why I said some people might say Tanner Morgan. It was that time. Chris Altman-Bell, another receiver who returns. Go ahead. I'm gonna start with Trent because Trent was supposed to start last time, but Michigan, so I let Coach start. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, I think Minnesota is just kind of one of those teams that's going to be caught in a really competitive Big Ten, middle of the road. They have a very tough schedule. I like that you brought up Sean Tyler. Him and Corey Crooms are Western Michigan transfers who both come in and start right away for Fleck. He always has had that connection with Western Michigan. So I have them as a middle of the pack Big Ten team just because of really their schedule.
And shout out, PJ. I remember playing him when we had Corey Davis and Daniel Braverman. It was a tough game. Go ahead and go. I'm gonna go Ty. Go ahead, Ty.
Few things. They only have 2 returning O linemen. One of the ones they lost was their center, which is a key part. They only have 5 returning defensive players coming back.
I have 6.
I counted 5.
Maybe a little discrepancy there. Go ahead, Coach.
Tell you what, get Michigan this schedule and see what they do with it. Okay, because this is a tough schedule. This is not. I don't have them with a lot of wins when we do it, but the number that I have, it fits the schedule. Like this is tough. And if they can come out, more than 6 wins.
Coach.
Sorry. If they can come out with some substantial wins out of here, I'd be highly, highly impressed. Because I don't think they're a bad football team, but again, I think they're middle, like Trent said, they're in a overboasted. I don't want to say overboasted, but again, Michigan's in there with a weak ass schedule.
Coach, you gotta watch the language.
Sorry, they're in an overboasted Big Ten that overshadows them. So it's like if they can grind out these wins, they're going to show a lot of people who they are. But this is a really, really tough schedule, I think.
All right, cool. And that's everyone. So we're going to hop into the schedule after I announced that they had the 52nd overall ranked recruiting class. First game versus Nebraska at home. Give me Nebraska. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Minnesota.
Go ahead, Ty.
Give me Nebraska.
And Coach.
On the road?
The Minnesota's at home.
Damn, give me Nebraska.
All right,
Nebraska better.
All right, moving on to Eastern Michigan. I think this is where Nebraska goes 2-0. Go ahead, Trent.
Minnesota.
I say Eastern Michigan, right? All right, go ahead, Ty.
Minnesota.
And Coach.
Give me Minnesota.
All right. So we go from Eastern Michigan to North Carolina. At North Carolina, and as me stated previously on the ACC, I have North Carolina taking a W. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, go ahead and give me North Carolina.
Ty.
UNC.
And Coach.
Give me UNC.
All right. Then we go at Northwestern. Give me the W for Minnesota. Go ahead, Trent.
Minnesota.
Ty.
Minnesota.
And Coach.
Minnesota.
from Northwestern, to Louisiana Lafayette. I still think they take the W. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Minnesota.
Ty
Minnesota.
and Coach.
Minnesota.
All right, moving on from that game, we have at home versus Michigan. As previously stated, I have Michigan. Go ahead, Trent.
Michigan.
Ty
Michigan.
and Coach.
Michigan.
All right, then we have Minnesota at Iowa. As previously stated, I have Iowa. Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Iowa there.
Ty
Iowa.
and Coach.
Yeah, Iowa 21-0.
All right, and then they go from Iowa to at home versus MSU. As previously stated, I have MSU. Go ahead, Trent.
Yep, Minnesota.
Ty
Give me Michigan State.
and Coach.
Michigan State.
From there, we have at home versus Illinois, and as previously stated, I have Minnesota losing to Illinois. Excuse me. Go ahead, Trent.
Yep, I also have Illinois.
Ty
Illinois.
and Coach.
Illinois.
All right, from Illinois, we have at Purdue. At Purdue, I have Minnesota taking the W. Go ahead, Trent.
I also have Minnesota.
Ty
I do too. Minnesota.
and Coach.
Minnesota.
Right, from Purdue, we go to the Horseshoe at Ohio State, and I have Ohio State taking the W. Go ahead, Ty.
Trent.
Minnesota loses.
Oh, Trent, my bad. Yeah, Trent, my bad, Trent.
Minnesota loses.
Ty
Ohio State wins.
and Coach.
Ohio State for the win.
All right, and Minnesota rounds out the schedule at home versus Wisconsin, but I think they take a homecoming L. Give me Wisconsin. Go ahead, Trent.
Yep, Minnesota loses.
All right,
Minnesota
Ty
wins.
and then Coach.
I think that beating from Ohio State is going to be so bad it's going to trickle into that Wisconsin game. Give me Wisconsin.
All right,
For a
so
blowout.
I have Minnesota finishing the season at 5-7, 3-6 in conference play. Go ahead, Trent. What do you have Minnesota finishing?
I have Minnesota 6-6, 4-5 in conference.
Ty
I have them 4-8, 2-7.
and Coach.
6-6.
All right, so 2 guys have them bowling, 2 guys do not. So that'll be fun and interesting to keep watch of.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.